Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to From Play to Z,
Yep, and today on the board we have partners in coloring.
Partners in Coloring. We're back to coloring again.
Right, yes, we're always coloring and from Play to Z, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty obsessed with coloring.
I think so. What is partners in coloring?
Well, Partners in Coloring is the concept that the kids can't do it on their own. I think that you'll also find that kids' motivation for coloring and doing things is quite often the other person that they're doing it with. Kids are social creatures most of the time, and if they're not, you want to actually help them become social creatures because a lot of learning and engagement in life is social. So partners in coloring sometimes is other children, but more often than not, it's the caregivers. We can talk more about what is coloring in one aspect. I mean, I know that we've talked about it before, but coloring is like the 1 or 2 step process that the kid learns to follow. I like in coloring.
The first one, right?
Yeah, it's not an art.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually to
them it is.
well, but it contributes to other what we call multi-step task processing. If I would correlate coloring as the first step in things like, gingerbread house making or even cooking. We're doing 1 or 2 steps of something. Whereas if you and I do recommend those types of things, and we'll have videos on why you want to do that down the road. But it is a step towards doing things like that because coloring becomes part of an art project for a larger craft activity. So
Right.
it's one element. And so when they get good at that, it's like a key to the next step of engaging in art activities. And that can end up being a lifelong pursuit, right?
Right. Yeah.
Some people become artists. It's a new generation. I know people are probably getting stuck on, well, AI is going to do it, but AI don't create brain synapses, and brain synapses are the key to thinking. So
right. We still want to be thinkers
yeah.
as time goes on.
Well, and I think that we've seen the movie
Terminator?
Wall-E. Wall-E, Terminator.
That was a funny reference.
I went Wall-E, she goes Terminator.
It's not that kind of show.
Yeah. Where people are completely dependent and incapable without of doing things. And I think that the more physical engagement that occurs, the more synapses are created in your brain. Synapses are the key to thinking.
Right.
So coloring is, I'm not saying coloring is the key to thinking, but it is a tool that you can
first step as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of pressing this engagement. One thing that it does is help them build focus.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had this discussion about focus versus attention. Are they synonymous? And I don't consider them synonymous.
I did.
I'll explain why.
Right.
So focus is just like a camera. This camera is focused on us. It's in one spot. That's really what focus is. Is to be able to direct your gaze to one foci.
Focal point.
Focal point. Yes. Yeah, focal point. And so focus is the act of seeing something. Attention is the act of actually sustaining that focus to register and think about what you're seeing. Mm-hmm. And it's actually more, you can focus on a point for 10 seconds. You pay attention to something for 5 minutes. You can actually focus on something without even thinking about it, but you're just looking at it. You're kind of just gazing on something. So I think there's nuances there, of course, and we don't want to spend the time with those nuances.
Right.
But focus is what actually builds attention, and the act of focusing allows you to engage with something. Mm-hmm. So and that's why this partners in coloring.
Crime. We have that crossed out. Don't worry about that.
Well, it's just a cute way of introducing the topic. Right. We're helping the child know what to focus on in this partners in coloring. In terms of the act of coloring, a particular picture. So,
Right.
without further ado, we're going to grab a coloring book.
I'm the child.
She's a
It's
child.
fun.
So she's my partner in coloring. She's also my partner in crime. And we go out, we get sushi together, that type of stuff. So, you know. It's so cool to have an adult child. So you want to get sushi. Kids don't say that.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, so yeah.
We're gonna go.
Yeah, I want McDonald's.
I don't want McDonald's.
No, good. See, it's good to have an adult child. Okay, so we're gonna get into partners in coloring, and we'll kind of talk through how I use partners in coloring in my engagement with kids in the developmental pathways. Okay, so give us a break to get set up, and we'll be right back.
Okay, well, I'm much closer to the desk now.
Because we have
a special
here.
guest. You're not going to see him, but I can show him.
He's back in. He's back in.
He just likes to hang out, you know?
He wants to be part of From Play to Z.
Yeah, he likes the limelight, too. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Welcome, Brady. Okay, so we are now going into how I might engage in a partners in coloring session. And again, we're trying to build confidence in the child. So I'm trying to make you confident. So we get.
I still feel like a child a lot of the time, so it makes sense.
I think we all do. I don't think what you're getting to understand as an adult is that we never feel fully grown up. And
right.
be ill prepared for all of the things that are to come. But anyway, that's what interesting. I know that seems like asides, but that's what kids fight. Is that are they prepared? Are they ill prepared for school?
Right.
And that doesn't change.
Constantly.
Am I ill prepared for the taxes? You know, am I ill prepared? It doesn't
for college.
change for college.
Yeah.
You know? It is doubts, and doubts are little voices that really interfere with success. And so we want to kind of help children overcome those doubts, and that's part of being a good teacher, parent, therapist, friend,
right,
sibling. You know, so in this session, I would basically say, "Hey, good morning, Joy. How's your day going?" If I'm being a therapist about it, if I'm being a developmental therapist, or if it's just mommy and daddy, I say, "Hey, we're going to do this fun activity together," and that's the key. This is partners in coloring. It's togetherness. But again, you don't want to be directing everything. So what I've done is I've actually pulled out one sheet, and we have the doggy in a mushroom house. And we basically say, Joy, we're going to color something together. So which one do you want to color? You want to color in... Okay, here's the deal. If you go like this, here, pick something to color and just give them uber options. They might pick something that is beyond what we want to work on or the level we work on. I picked this specifically because I like the areas that we get to color in. So depending on the child, if you're talking about a 6-year-old that knows what their coloring capabilities are, then that's one thing. But if you're talking about a little one, you give them an option of 2 things to color. So they're still picking, but you've knocked down the possibility of picking something that might be a little too hard for them. So, Joy, which one do you want to color? The doggy or the mushroom house?
Let's go with the doggy.
Cool. I like the dog.
It's a Brady theme.
It's a Brady theme. So he doesn't look like Brady, but no. All right. So then we would actually go into it, and we'd start by saying, okay, we're all going to color. What parts do you want to color? So and then we can engage in this in so many ways. So we can build even word recognition here. Is like, what are you going to color? How do you spell that? Do you know how to spell ear? Mm-hmm. And so we can work on that. So you can add in some language arts, but really it's like, and then here's another thing that I gave is what colors are we going to use today? And so we limit the colors because as in previous videos, I've talked about when you have too many options, you get this like whirlwind coloring. You want to color a little bit. So the rule in this is you color one part, entirely in one color. So that's what I'd say. Okay, so you get to pick what you want to color. What do you want to color?
I want to color the nose.
She wants to color the nose. How do you spell nose?
Nose.
Awesome. And then I would actually, as part of that, maybe even work on some writing skills. Not necessarily write the whole word, but I'd write NOS. And as a partner, the partner would write E, so they're not having to do the whole writing. And it depends on where we are with writings in skills, but we're trying to, build in opportunities for additional learning in every activity. So you're going to color in the nose. What color are you going to make the nose?
Let's go red.
Red. Okay, good. I'm gonna, because Joy's motor skills aren't spectacular, I'm gonna do a tiny little bumper here, just to say, let's color stay inside that nose. There we go. Go ahead. Excellent. Well done. All right. What color? I'm gonna color something, and I think I'm gonna color the spots or the, what's that there?
The collar.
The dog collar. So I'm going to color the collar, and I'm going to color that purple. All right. So right now I'm giving the child a good demonstration. Probably if I were to do this again, I'd be starting it just to give a good demonstration of staying inside the lines. So, all right. What's next? What else do we color? What else do we have to color? And I'm going to tell you, Joy, you can use the same color again if you want to. You can use red again.
Okay. Let's go with the ears.
Okay, both ears? You're going to color both ears?
Yeah.
What color?
Let's go blue.
Blue ears.
Yes.
All right, which blue do you want?
Those look like the same blue.
They're not.
Are they not?
They're not.
Let's go that blue.
It's a little. Okay, so I'm going to give, again, I just want to, what I'm doing here is it depends on the child. If the child has the capacity to stay inside these spaces, then you wouldn't have to do a little bit of a bumper. But I'm giving, because Joy, she needs that type of help.
I do.
She does.
There we go. One.
All right.
Two.
Can you tell me what do you want me to color now?
The tail.
She wants me to color the tail. Okay, I'm going to color the tail. And I wanted to make the tail brown. I didn't have it. Let me find my brown crayon.
This is
That's
black.
Yeah. Kind of limited.
Hold on.
Too many options. It's brown. And I'm doing it without the bumpers so that it's a good demonstration to Joy that I stay inside the line. So, partners in coloring. We're going to do a great job with this. All right, what's next?
Let's go with the body.
Yeah, okay. And what color you want to make the body?
I guess it would also be brown, right?
All right, good deal. So we're going to go around the body, and I'd like you to, let's color the spots first. What color? Do you want to make the spot black?
Yeah, why not?
And then I'll color that spot black, and then you get to color the whole body brown.
Woo!
Okay. And I know that seems like we're doing a little bit of a, exaggerated slowness to this. And I know that you're getting the gist of it, but the object of this is to sustain engagement over time. So by doing this, we're prompting the focus on this particular task to build attention to a task over time.
I just want to show the sheet.
There we go.
In case you're not seeing it too well. All right. Okay, no pressure.
No pressure.
Now this section, I could really just color over the black spot, couldn't I?
You could. That's why I
Yeah,
did that.
the color over.
Yeah, and I don't want to have to be something where they're coloring around. I think that if you do the details, then they can go right over the top of the other thing. Of course, Joy does actually have advanced motor skills.
No way.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to color the head a little bit for you, and I'm going to show Joy a new technique and teach her something. So I'm gonna color the head gray, but I don't have a gray crayon, so I'm going to teach Joy how to make it lighter by just being super light and not pressing down. And so we can actually start what's called a kinesthetic proprioceptive skill, which is actually varying the pressure. So I can show her that I'm very much lightly coloring this in. And what color do you see, Joy?
I see gray.
You don't see black, do you?
No.
Okay, good. So we're going to have Joy color the rest in gray by very lightly pressing, just like Daddy. Okay. So you do the same thing, but don't press hard, because if you press hard, let's show you on the other side what happens when you press hard. What color do you see, Joy?
Black.
Black. So basically what we're doing is variable pressure, which is a proprioceptive kinesthetic technique, which we'll talk about later. Proprioceptive kinesthetic. That's a big word. That's a big therapy word, but it's very important because that's part of this motor development, neurological motor development skills that are necessary in life. And that's why coloring is so fantastic. I love it. I love coloring.
See how passionate he gets about it? Okay, no pressure.
That's right.
Literally, no pressure. Wow, that was so punny. Right?
That was a punny thing to say.
It was.
Very punny.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Now you would say we're done. Wouldn't everybody say we're done? No, we're not.
Okay.
We're not done. Okay, now, I did it again. I don't leave yellow oftentimes out. We have two things to color in. What do you see here? What's missing?
The eyes.
The eye, and what else?
The spot on his eye.
Okay.
I thought that was partially his eye.
All right, so we got the eye, and then we got a spot around the eye. I would like to leave the spot around the eye white, but if you want to color it something else, we can.
Let's leave it white.
Okay, but the eye can be what color? What color eye do you want to make it?
Can you make it maybe a blue?
All right, here you go. You do the blue eyes.
Okay.
Do both eyes blue.
I see what you mean. This is kind of like an indigo.
Yeah, it's not really blue.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something here. This actually naturally became a color bumper.
Mm-hmm.
You see here that it was colored around, so it becomes easier to color the smaller space because you have, enhanced boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the last part that I would color, and that really does extend the activity, increases the time focusing on this task and visually focusing, and then we'd actually process this afterwards, so we'll do that too. But the last part is this. I want to color in, and I use these types of crayons because, except for this one, it just doesn't. Bad crayon. Okay. So yellow is it doesn't show up real well on white oftentimes, but I love coloring around it because it gives this finished feeling, and it feels so good when you're done coloring the whole thing. So Joy, because if you give this kid this paper, Joy, if I give you this paper and I say, oh, color this whole thing in, they're not going to want to do it.
Right.
Because it seems like a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do is say, let's finish. Okay? And of course, I'm like tearing up this crayon, so we're almost done with yellow. And this is almost actually completely used. Go ahead and finish the borders, Joy, right there. Finish outside, and then we'll be all done. Yeah.
Well, here I've used my whole arm now.
Sure, that's okay. The larger area, it doesn't matter. Okay, right. You want to open that crayon up a little bit more.
Open it?
Yeah, keep going, because it...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard one to choose.
Okay, we're all done. How cool does this look ultimately?
Looks very, very cool.
Like,
very
I mean,
done.
Yeah, it feels very done to them too when they're finished, and they know they did the whole task from beginning to completion. We'll talk a little bit about play cycles. A lot of kids don't go through the whole cycle from beginning to completion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, play cycles is something I used to work on and actually use it as a measurement for how long a child can actually focus. And that's a term I've coined, but I imagine there's other research that talks about that. Let's take a little break, and maybe we'll wrap up on this, but I don't know. We might have a little more to say, but we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. Okay, so partners, in coloring we're still continuing with this. So we finished coloring. Okay, so what I do like saying is, what we made, this is just a doggy. Well, let's name the doggy. What do you want to name the doggy? Name the doggy Poopy?
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy. We're going to name... Why did you pick Fuzzy?
Not Poopy. Why did you pick Poopy?
Because Poopy Poopy the puppy.
Let's call him Spot.
Spot. Okay, Spot's a good one. We're gonna go with Spot rather than Fuzzy because
Or Poopy.
no. Well, I picked Poopy because I like the two O's.
Right.
And Fuzzy's a little hard with the Z. If we're doing initial writing as part of this, we would probably pick an easier word. What did you say? Spot. Okay, so I'm going to write the S because the S is the harder letter. We're going to give this dog a name. So we colored Spot today, S. And then I'm going to do parts of letters. So we're going to put all capitals. And I want you to finish this P, Joy. So I did the line down. You make the bump at the top. Where's the bump go? P. All right. Good job. So we have SP. What's the next letter in spot? Spot.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So I want you to do the O right there, but keep it the same size. So I'll give you a little help with that. You go all the way up and down to here and here so that you can make the big O.
Right.
Same size as that. Okay. And the T is pretty easy too. So let's do the T. So can you finish? Is that the last letter? Is it one T or two T's?
One T.
One T. Okay, so write the T there. Okay. So to work a little bit more towards, thinking about what we've done. So I would have my child or my student or whatever kind of talk about this. So Spot is a what?
Dog.
Yeah, what color? Tell me about Spot. Describe Spot to me now.
He's multicolored.
He's a multicolored dog.
He looks a little goofy.
He looks a little goofy because he's multicolored. If you made him all one color, he'd less goofy.
Less goofy. More serious dog.
Yeah. So he's a fun dog with many colors. Describe him. And the way I want you to describe him is to say what color is his body and his face and his nose and his ears. So he's a puppy or a dog.
I would say he's a puppy.
Okay, so
Looks
in
like a
sentences, tell me about Spot.
So Spot's body is brown.
Okay.
And he has a black spot on his body as well.
Okay.
And he is also wearing a magenta color.
Magenta. Okay, good job.
Yes,
I'm not sure if they'll get magenta, but some little children will
say
use
magenta. And his face is black.
Uh-huh.
He has a red nose.
And
blue ears.
Excellent. And what I would actually do is we might actually extend this into another session where we start writing the description. Mm-hmm. So
There's a lot to do with it.
Yeah, it's much more.
That's
and I think
a play cycle, right?
It is, and it's actually extending the attention or thoughts on one thing. Mm. And that's real important in terms of thinking process. And then what we would do is we would actually write in sentences, and as a developmental therapist, I would actually either give this to parents or actually turn it into teachers, and that would be a good extra work, and then get bonuses a lot of times for doing good work in the sessions with me. However, as a parent, you're just engaging in helping your child have a conversation to be able to sit down the next time that they look at something, they'll be better at describing something. You see how that works, and it's always these drops of development of things that you don't even think you should be doing. You give kids coloring and you throw it in front of them and then they just color it and there's nothing more to it. But there is so much more to this activity and in most activities. I think that this is not exclusive to coloring, but that's what we're trying to get you to as we're trying to give you this resource to say it's in your hands to help your child have better engagement, to be able to describe something, to be able to, and feel good that they made this dog. Who made the dog look like that?
Both of us.
Yes, we did it, but you did a great job. I'm so proud of you. All right, thank you. So we're gonna once again break a little bit, and we'll be right back with a little introduction. Okay. Hi, we're still here. It's my pleasure to introduce you to something, not Joy. It's always my pleasure to introduce you to Joy. It's my pleasure to introduce you to our first product from Play to Z. It's called Cat Don't Do That in the Living Room. And you'll be shocked at how long it took us to develop this concept, but this is based on a lot of my developmental
Fine-tuned.
It's fine-tuned, and we've been doing it for a couple of years.
Thought about for years.
Yeah, a couple of years, and the evolution of this is part of what we've been talking about today, and that's why I'm introducing it. It'll be available on Amazon. Well, we're in February of 2026, so very soon. We're working on shipping to Amazon.
It's possible that once this video drops, it'll be available.
That is possible, and we would love for you to benefit from Cat. And what Cat is a friend that will participate in developmental adventures. What this is a guided developmental adventure for children in coloring. Of course, we've been talking about coloring. And you can see why I'm so animated about it being an effective tool for your child's development. So, that being said, Cat is our character, and it's part of what we call the Color and Read series, which is going to help the child color, and it's really sight word identification. We use simple language. Perfect.
It's the back.
Yeah. Okay, so now when we get into the book, the first page is actually instructions, and that's not for the child, that's for the adult. And it's going to tell you exactly how the book is constructed, what the purpose of the book is. And it will show you what you do first, color in, then you talk about it. Okay, so just like we just did in the partnership.
And there are different prompts as well as the parent you can ask, which is right over there.
Right here is prompts to talk about the page below. So what we would say is, we'd start with what do you see on the page, and then what it is a color again type of thing. Repetition is the key to success in developing the neurological synapses that make you competent. So practice makes perfect.
And one thing to mention as well is that because you can do it repeatedly, these parts are going to be filled in with dry erase crayons. Yeah.
So let's do that. Okay, so we get the dry erase.
Which is pretty cool to me because I never played with dry erase crayons, right?
So we got the bed colored in, and then a nice easy and large areas that they can color in, and then the prompts actually act as okay, so then we got the whole page colored in, and then the prompts are simply, the first is registration. And when we say registration, it is, we don't want you to use a prompt every prompt every time. We use one or two prompts, so every time you go through it, it will be a different adventure.
Right, so there's registration prompts, what else?
This is connection prompts, which is how do you connect this content to your life? Do you have a cat? Like, so you can say, no, I have, this is cat, but mine's Fifi or meow meow. And then there's, do you like cats? So that's judgment. You got a yes or no. Some people don't like cats. So, and what do you like about cats? It says, so that's your personal preferences and judgments. And then this is imagination prompts, is what do you think cat will do next? We say, what is cat doing now? It looks like cat's getting out of bed and stretching. Then we move on, and then of course the biggest part about this is, so each page you do one or two of these prompts. You don't want this to last for 3 hours, and then you get to this point. Oh, cat's about to get into mischief. You see the mischief face, and then it gives the kid this concept of it. Oh, cat's about to do something, so they give them this authority to say, cat, don't do that, and they'll love that. And I'm sure of it. We've already done product testing, and I had a kid that would ask for cat. Like every time he walked in, first thing he was asking for. Your child, I promise, will love this. They'll love the character.
And there are the color bumpers. And
the color bumpers are built in. You don't have to sit there and every single time try to help the child. So this is actually giving you that start. We're going to be developing further books in this series. It's the color and read right now. We're working on a draw and read, which is also the next step towards getting to handwriting. So this is Cat. Don't do that. Look for it at fromplay2z.com. It's like from
let's
dash
just link
play
it
dash,
below.
we'll put it from dash play dash.
You'll be able to find our link.
Yeah, from play2z.com. Kinesius is our parent company, and it will be part of what we offer, but we also have got some free resources, downloaded printables. If you hear some scratching in the background, that's Brady. We didn't let him back in, but that's okay.
It was a little too late. You wasn't there.
And we don't want to disrupt our.
Yeah.
I got a time element here. I have to go do
Yeah.
therapy actually. So no, what I want you to do is use some of our free downloads next week or a week after that. We'll show you where they
Also
are on the
our
website.
Yeah.
And we'll do a download and setup of the activity so you can see that we get this, which is a great resource, but also free, valuable resources for you to help your children. Okay. So cat is meant to be done over and over and over again. So, but I would suggest that once you're done with it the one time, go ahead and erase it immediately because unfortunately, if you leave things on dry erase, they become less erasable. I mean, they'll still be erasable after time, but. And then make sure that every once in a while you're cleaning your dry erase rag because it will start smearing colors and all that. But you can see the dry erase crayons, which are available. There's some Crayola, but we're going to actually have, imagine this, cat crayons. So we'll have the same type of dry erase available to you. We're working on getting those produced, and I think the kids will love it because you want to add any motivation possible for them to do sit-down work. It's real important. So cool. Check it out. Again, we're looking forward to any feedback too. Don't forget to tell us if you love it, because I think you will. We took a lot of time and effort to put it out, and we're not just trying to, sell it and make money. We really, really love helping, and we want to know how we are helping and how we can help more. Okay. So your feedback is invaluable. Okay, thank you.